Verydarkman leads protest at Wike'S residence over teachers' strike, turns gate into classroom. Prominent social media activist Martins Vincent Otse, popularly known as Verydarkman, staged a bold protest outside the Abuja residence of the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Nyesom Wike, over the prolonged primary school teachers' strike in the capital. The protest comes in response to Wike's threat to withhold 10% of statutory allocations to area councils, accusing them of failing to implement the new 70,000 naira minimum wage for primary school teachers, a move that has left public schools short since March 2024. Now, if you wish to talk about the foundation of this issue, this protest, you can, but my focus is on VDM, Verydarkman. Now, this man, well, initially, about a couple of months ago, I didn't know much about him. I didn't like him. I didn't, because of his physical appearance or whatever, the way he dresses, the way whatever. But getting to know him, getting closer to actually picked interest in really finding out who this man is. And I eventually fell in love with this guy. That's just the truth. The guy is just doing everything he's doing just for humanity, not for himself. This man is, people are contributing millions of naira and thousands of dollars to his cause. Yet, this man does not own a land. He does not own a piece of land, no piece of land to his name, know how to. In fact, if you watch most of his videos, if not all, you watch him, anytime he's broadcasting, if you watch the background, if you notice, the background is just an average, not a posh background, not a background that speaks to someone who is living in luxury. His background is the background behind him all the time has always been that humble background where you see the ceiling, somebody kind of the ceiling looking rickety and the walls are looking or whatever. That guy is not even, the millions he's making from the public are making through social media. This man he's plunging it all, not even part, plunging it back to the people on the streets for humanitarian purposes. And I look at this man now, just look at what he's doing. The man spends money, everything. He travels from one end of the country to the other just to speak for people, just to be the mouthpiece of the common man on the streets. He spends his own money, he spends his time, his energy, everything, and even pays people to do. Look, this man is just, I don't know. Do we have an example of someone that we can actually, that in the history of Nigeria that we can use to equate what VDM personifies today? Because we've had civil rights activists in the past. Majority of them were living in affluence. They were living comfortably. They were living in comfortable homes, driving posh cars or whatever. But this man is just the opposite of that. Barrister.
Well, like you said, Verydarkman has taken the activism scene in Nigeria by storm. A few 2 years back, he was relatively unknown.
Known, of course, unknown.
Today, he is at the top of social activism in Nigeria.
And sorry to cut you short. And he's yielding result. Whatever he does, he yields result. People, the authorities actually listen to him.
I'm coming to that. There has been an interrogum. There has been a gap in social activism before. The time of the Sheikh Husani, the time of the Fela, the time of all these people, in between that time and Showore. And now, there's clearly no social activist. So it was like he came to fill an existing gap. There was nobody.
And sorry to cut you short. Sorry to cut you short, Barrister. The difference, all these people you mentioned now, and even the ones we have not mentioned, did you notice the stark difference of how this guy does his own from them? Because this man goes to them, goes to the streets, goes to the common man, to the location itself. Unlike other social activists or civil rights activists.
I was coming to that.
Go ahead, please.
he took the social activism scene by storm by his the uncharacteristic approach he has brought to the scene. You heard before, like I was mentioning, the Shehu Sani, even Fela, even Showore, and the rest of them that we don't know. He has brought a difference. Look at what happened in Yelwata. Before the governor, before the president, before the
Honestly,
CDS, before anybody could go there, he had gone
honestly,
there.
honestly,
Using his personal resources, he
honestly,
had gone there and brought the videos and put it out in the public. And he has been doing that consistently all over Nigeria, not just in one part.
honestly.
Anywhere that you
Yes,
hear something, the next thing you hear, Verydarkman has reached there or has posted. So he has brought a new level of activism because there was a vacancy. We didn't see this kind of activism from people before. And all the activists we have been talking about, they are either gone to hold offices or gone into politics or have attained some other levels of people like Falana, people like Showore,
honestly,
people like Shehu Sani. Where are they?
honestly.
They have reached a level that people no longer trust them
Yeah.
because they are benefiting from the system. They
Yes,
are benefiting from the government.
that is
So
it.
people look at them as people who are looking for something. Now, Verydarkman has come with virtually no relationship with the government.
Honestly,
People
yeah.
are not seeing a very tangible benefits that he's deriving directly from the government. So he has come as an independent activist, identifying with the suffering of the common man. Such a person, in any time, any climb, is bound to go to the ladder. He's bound to be acknowledged. And whenever and wherever he goes, there was a protest. People are protesting. If the day Verydarkman was arrested, there was massive protest. From and
Yeah, that is
when
it.
did this start that people have now got to know him
Yeah,
so much?
honestly,
They come out in large numbers to protest his arrest. So he
honestly.
has come now to become the top social activist in Nigeria. He has displaced any other person in terms of actual activity,
Yes.
in terms of trust of
Trust, yeah.
the ordinary person. They will
Sacrifice.
rather trust Verydarkman than Showore or any other
Of
person.
course.
So he is now our leading activist in Nigeria.
Honestly, he is our not just our lead. His own activism, his own style of activism is unprecedented. It's just nobody has nobody. Like I said earlier, he goes to the slums. Which of our activists does that? Most of the activists we know in the past and who are still activists today, they speak from the comfort of their of the comfort of their zone. A sort of so. Well, in his own case, this man goes to the trenches. He goes to the nooks and crannies of the trenches in Nigeria, and like you said, no region is no. It goes to north, travels to west, east, north, south, and all the parts of the country. So that man is just honestly, I neglected his fame in the past, but when I came to realize who he is, he just personifies someone I really, really have passion for, really, really have so much interest in, because anybody that is doing anything that has to do that favors humanity, that does something so genuine and sincere the way he does, obviously will attract my attention. And that's why I'm giving it this attention. This attention, I'm not giving it for any purpose, for whatever, any chasing clout, or to hell with that. Look, like I always tell people things. What I'm doing on this platform has nothing to do with money. I don't care. I'm doing it for the passion. I'm doing it as part of my contribution to the Nigerian nation. A sort of that's just it. I just believe this is my own way of saying of contributing to the growth of Nigeria. A sort of speaking up against the corrupt leader. So everything I say, I'm doing, I'm saying about Verydarkman, it is I'm doing it from the inside, out of the abundance of what is what is inside of me. I'm doing it for humanity as well. And that's why I'm promoting him, because he's on the right course. He's sincere and selfless about it. This guy is sacrificing so much. As I think, even as much as I think that I have similarities with, especially when it comes to dealing with humanity, with this Verydarkman. Probably that's why I admire him so much. I still believe he is outdoing me. That's just it, because the truth is that, yes, I love humanity. I do so many things for humanity, but the truth is, I cannot be doing for humanity and be living the way just like him. Like I said, his background, where he lives, is just a humble background. A humble background. He doesn't have a house to himself. Me, honestly, as much as I can, I know I have such traits. The truth is, he's far better than me. Because the truth is, I can't live. I will not live in penury when I have money to take care of others. So, but he is living in penury. He's living in humble environment, even when he can afford to help people. Look, this man can afford to help people. He can afford to walk and chew gum at the same time. He can afford to help people and live a comfortable or luxurious life. He can use one stone to kill two birds, but he chose not to. He has chosen rather to plunge everything, including his comfort and convenience, to the public. Wow, this man is
commendable. You did not mention the personal risk that he's taking.
Correct.
You have to understand that in the context of the Nigerian scene, in the context of, look at what happened in Yellowater, where heavily armed people killed. He can be killed.
Of course.
Getting involved in those kind of things is also putting his life on the line. So the people look at all these things and say, yeah, this is the person that we have confidence in, the person we can trust, somebody who has put his money on the line, who has put his life at risk to expose and put into public view the atrocities that are going on in Nigeria.
Honestly,
I really I'm beginning to admire him as a social activist. When you look at what he's going through, how many people are able to risk their lives to put into public focus the evil that is going on in our society. We are doing it on our own way in this show, in our way. But he is out there in the field,
in the trenches,
going from one place to another,
risking his life. Honestly,
risking his life. So we have to really support him and commend his efforts.
Yeah, honestly. And I just hope, I pray that if you are watching this clip, please, whichever way you think you can be of support to him, we need to support him. If we cannot do what he's doing, if we admire what he's doing and we cannot do what he's doing, we need to support him. Let's support him in any way and every way we think we can.